Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel for another episode of our Manchester City career mode. Of course, the last one ended in defeat, a 1-0 defeat to Arsenal at home. Arsenal, a bit of our kryptonite. Mikel Arteta building a side that seems to be able to challenge us, but not challenge us in the league at all. They're miles off us, and so is every team. And today's episode, we could pretty much confirm ourselves Premier League champions here. With a win against Spurs away from home and Chelsea at home, I think 6 points from these two games kind of makes us Premier League champions. I can't see anyone catching us then. It's also going to be Atletico Madrid away from home in our first game in the Champions League knockout stages, away from home, the one, the Metropolitano. And then he would choose between, I don't know, West Ham, Southampton. I think if we win the Spurs and Chelsea games, these two home games against West Ham and Southampton, we're probably going to simulate them and then finish the episode with Atletico Madrid. If not, if there's a defeat in those games, then West Ham or Southampton, one of those games will be played. Maybe Southampton, since they are our kryptonite. So kicking off today's episode, it is Manchester City versus Spurs, 1st versus 6th. This is the side for Spurs today. Edison starts and goal. It's Cancelo, captain Diaz, Pau Torres, and Josh Wilson-Ezbran in the back four. Rodri, Grealish, De Bruyne, Foden in that midfield four. And then it's Raheem Sterling partnering Alexander Isak, our top goal scorer in the Premier League and Premier League top goal scorer, up top. On the bench, Dusan Vlahovic, Gabriel Jesus, Jude Bellingham building his sharps up slowly. Calvin Phillips, Max Aarons, Jimenez, and Bazunu. No Lacroix today, no Kieran Tierney, no Kaiki, McAtee or Palmer. Trying to fit all these young lads in is something we're struggling doing really. Kaiki probably needs a bit more game time anytime soon. The same for James McAtee, 22 years of age. Palmer is fully fledged in the first team now. McAtee just a little bit lacking behind the other ones, but I'm sure he can get there. He is a very good player. Bellingham back in the team as well. He could be starting ahead of Kevin De Bruyne in the future. De Bruyne 92 rates that a season plagued with injuries, but he's back in the first team today. So here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to face 6th place Spurs, Antonio Conte trying to make a difference to Spurs, but it's very hard to improve this Spurs side really. I think they've made quite a few signs there, and Babu looks to the man behind Hugo Lloris. Rudiger as well from Chelsea, Eder Militao, Danilo, ex-Manchester City player. There's some pretty new signs there in this Spurs side, very different. Paul Pogba, Eduardo Camavinga and Harry Winks in the middle. I'll tell you what, Antonio Conte really has transferred Spurs, transformed them completely as well. How are they down in 6th position? They probably should be a lot higher with the quality of the squad that they do possess. So this is this new look Spurs side. Hugo Lloris, the captain, starts in goal. And Babu, Eder Militao, Rudiger and Danilo the back four. Camavinga, Harry Winks and Paul Pogba in the midfield three. And then it's Lamar, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son the front three. Dean Henderson, Doherty, Eze, Morata, Ricardo Pereira, Rebic and Troy Parrott on the bench for Spurs. What a very, very different looking Spurs side. So City versus Spurs live from the still unbranded Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. No sponsors quite yet. And it's live in the Premier League. Interesting signing for Spurs. Cancelo, Isak, Cancelo again. Sterling, Grealish, Ezbrand, Isak on the chest, Rudiger out to Phil, Foden on the left boot off the post, and where is Hugo Lloris going there, the goalkeeper? Throwing himself absolutely nowhere near any of that. Rodri with a wonderful challenge. We are all over Spurs here. Winks, we should be winning this game by the way. Spurs have done nothing so far. Thomas Lamar, inside Ezbrand. No chance for Harry Kane. Couple of step overs from Kane. Lamar back to Kane. This time to Camavinga, Paul Pogba. And Paul Pogba scores for Spurs. One shot on target, one shot all game. And 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur. And that's the way Spurs tend to play against us, isn't it? Spurs tend to catch us out in these positions. Big French connection really in this Spurs side. You know, Camavinga, Paul Pogba, 14 goals this season from midfield. Well, he's having a cracker of a season, Pogba. De Bruyne. Into Jack Grealish. One of our most creative players alongside Kevin De Bruyne and Jack Grealish. And what a ball into Alexander Isak on the right boot. And Isak finishes that one so easily. What a ball by Grealish, by the way. Isak peeled off to that far right hand side. And he smashes one in the top corner. I think his 17th goal of the season now. Grealish into Alexander Isak. Brilliant finish. I don't know why Militao, someone is not stood with him, but I mean the finish is right in the top corner. There's absolutely no chance that Hugo Lloris can get anywhere near that back level, but I'm disappointed to concede in the first place. Sterling, straight into Mbabu with the first touch. Raheem, Harry Kane. The run there for Lamar was on. Cancelo intercepts this one easily enough for Joao Cancelo. Foden. Isak. Look at De Bruyne making a run. Look at KDB making a run. De Bruyne, what a goal that is. What a goal that is. Ball over the top, I think, by Isak. De Bruyne makes that bursting run from the middle. It's worth noting Kevin De Bruyne has only 8 months left on his contract. It will be up at the end of this season. Do we offer him a new deal? Well, obviously, I think the first answer is yes, of course. But he's had an injury, plagued season. He hasn't played at his best. But that shows me he's still got it. 92 rated as well. 36 minutes gone. 2-1 we lead. Kevin De Bruyne with a goal. It was just as simple as that. A little ball over top by Alexander Isak. Easily reached. Here is Heung-min Son. De Bruyne's first goal in 9 games. Pogba. Camavinga. Kane. Kane through to Eduardo Camavinga. What a bit of football. Ederson makes a great save from Son's volley, but the footwork from Camavinga there had me absolutely starstruck. Ederson, you've had it. The goalkeeper situation is starting to frustrate me. Paul Pogba with his usual embarrassing celebration, but another goal for him in today's game. Cross comes in. Shocking goalkeeping from Ederson. What is he doing? He's absolutely nowhere near that. Pogba with a free header. 2-2 we're level. Thank you, Ederson. I didn't think he was great for the first goal either. British over top to Sterling. Header Militao. It's under a bit of pressure from Raheem Sterling. Militao takes it with a handball. Here's Kane. Interception by the captain. Isak. Foden. Sits Danilo down brilliantly. Cancelo. Sterling. Into Kevin De Bruyne. Should score. Should score against Lloris. Camavinga in his own box. Good footwork. And Babu over the top here. Pau Torres beaten to it. The pace of Lamar's had him. There's Brand back across. Very open game, I have to say. Danilo. Chance for Paul Pogba from range. Good block from Diaz. There's Brand up only as far as Harry Winks. Camavinga with a hit from range. Blocked by Pau Torres, who blocks quite a lot of things behind for a corner. 54 minutes gone here. Isak. De Bruyne. Wide to Cancelo. Joao. Cancelo. Pass 2 or 3. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Blocked. Phil Foden on the rebound. 3-2 Manchester City. We lead Spurs here. Brilliant goal from Foden. To be in the right place at the right time. It did just fall to him. I expect De Bruyne to score here. It doesn't. But it falls very kindly to Phil Foden. Isak for Jesus. I don't think so. Let's just make sure we don't do that substitution. I prefer Vlahovic for Jesus, really. And maybe Jude Bellingham for Kevin De Bruyne now. There's Brand. Vlahovic. Foden. Grealish. Oh, into Sterling. And Babu has been man of the match for Spurs in my eyes. Him or Paul Pogba anyway. Kane in behind here. Lamar has played himself onside. Pau Torres, good defending. There's a little pass across there, across the box as well. We read that one really well. Bellingham, Sterling, Rodri, Vlahovic, Sterling, Jude Bellingham, into Brand. Bellingham, good skill. Grealish, back to Raheem Sterling, good defending from Harry Winks to block that one over the bar. Wonderful defending from Winks. Corner ball. Son. Pogba. Looks backwards to Rudiger. He looks long to Harry Kane. And look who's intercepted that again. Ruben Dias. And flips into Jack Grealish. And Grealish. Wide to Foden. Into Dusan. Vlahovic on the right foot. Vlahovic with a goal. 4-2 Manchester City. Game over. Wonderful goal from Dusan. Not the best of the seasons. Really. But he's hit a shot. And he scored. And that is a great goal. Gashardo's in with the players there celebrating. And that is 4-2. That is, I think, game over for Spurs. They know that as well. Minutes left here. Grealish works it wide to Phil Foden. Foden into Dusan Vlahovic on the weaker right foot. But he hits that in the bottom corner. 6 goals in 17 games. That's a terrible return from a star striker, isn't it? I know he's 88 rated now, but he's had a shocking season. He's just not been up to his best. I've no intention to have Dusan leave the club, really. I did a little vote on the channel not too long ago, which was, who is your favourite striker in this career mode? And Dusan Vlahovic actually comes top alongside Raheem Sterling. You guys really like him. So despite his poor season, you guys are big fans. Alexander Isak Also, not too big of a fan of him sometimes. The least popular was Gabriel Jesus, which I can understand really. Jesus now coming to his end of his time possibly here at the club, but 90 rated, had a good season, a reasonably good season. Esbran, good interception. Minutes remaining in this game. Sterling. Can Vlahovic really turn up in this second half of the season? Possibly. That's what he's aiming for. Grealish again. Sterling. Foden. Vlahovic! That is why he's not playing. That is an absolute shocking miss from Dusan. I set him up there looking for another goal for himself, and he's put it wide of the post. I don't know what he's up with his finishing at the moment. Dusan. Into Raheem Sterling. Sterling. Back to Phil Foden. Vlahovic on the rebound, and Vlahovic straight at Hugo Lloris. Could have had a hat-trick here, Dusan. Could have had a hat-trick, but he hasn't got one. Cross in here. Cleared away. Jude Bellingham. Bellingham looking for a shot. That is full time. City 4, Tottenham 2. 3 points in what we said is a crucial 6 points. This one. And of course the Chelsea game. Spurs defeated at their own ground. We continue to get closer and closer to that Premier League title. So I've received an interesting offer here in the terms of Gavin Bazunu. Arsenal are interested in a 22-year-old. Mikel Arteta wants to take Gavin Bazunu to Arsenal. Now they want him on a loan with an option to buy. I don't know really. We've got issues with Edison. We're not sure he's the man for the future. We've got issues with Bazunu also. We of course do have, wherever he's gone now, centre-offers, that's not the one, but we do have our man Mickey Van Sass out on loan. He's doing fantastically well at Newcastle. He looks for the man to take over from Edison, meaning Bazunu wouldn't get game time, meaning Bazunu perhaps would want to leave the club. Because he doesn't want to be second choice. He wants the man to battle to take over from Edison. It's looking like Van Sass would be that man. So Bazunu perhaps isn't the man to be at the club. Let's negotiate this deal. I'm actually tempted in it because if they don't accept it, then he comes back from his loan and we can keep him anyway. So loan with an option to buy, that's fine by me. They want him on a 2-year loan. Now this doesn't quite fit in with what we want. We've got Bazunu there. We've got Van Sass coming back in the next year. So they want us to pay more of his wages as well. Let's say 50-50 Arsenal. That's more fair. Transfer fee, 24 million. A little bit on the low side if you ask me, Mikel Arteta. But 30 million for Gavin Bazunu. They've agreed to that. So 30 million option to buy. Bazunu will join Arsenal loan next season. Could see him impressed there. If not, could come back, could move. We'll have to see. And Spurs have offered to take Taylor Howard-Bellis on a 1-year loan next season. We'll accept that. That might be really good for him. That might be really good for him because I'm not impressed at the moment with Howard-Bellis, but he is nearly 80 rated. Once he gets that 80 rating, perhaps he'll be good enough for the first team. So Bazunu has agreed that loan to Arsenal. He's happy to move there. That's a good move for him. We'll see where it goes. And I think Taylor Howard-Bellis has also agreed to move to Spurs, both playing, first team football at top clubs. And it's interesting to see how much as a club we have progressed because we are loaning players to top 6 teams as if we're like the Bayern Munich in the Premier League. We're just so good, we can loan you some of our sort of fringe players that will play games for you and bring them back in the future. Interesting. And next game of the episode, it's away to the Wanda Metropolitano. It is Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid, Champions League, round of 16. This is the side for today's Champions League game. Edison, of course, in goal. Complete difference in the fullbacks. Aarons and Tierney come in just for a bit more defensive approach than Cancelo and Esbran, I believe. Torres and Diaz, of course, the back. Jimenez is out suspended. Rodri in the middle with Grealish, De Bruyne and Phil Foden. Isak and Sterling partner up top on the bench. Vlahovic, Jesus, Bellingham, Phillips, Esbran, Cancelo and Bazunu. So here at the Wanda Metropolitano in Spain, and we witnessed snow in Spain. Snow in Madrid, something that is not so common there, but it is there this time. And City, probably more used to this, sort of conditions than Atletico, so perhaps won't feel like entirely a home game for them. And there is one of the world's best players, João Felix. Out he comes. He is going to be someone we have to stop today if we're going to get anything from this game. I was tempted to go to the back 5, tempted to go more defensive, but we just played more defensive fullbacks and gone with this formation. So this is the Atletico Madrid side for Diego Simeone. On the bench, we see Atletico have the likes of Rodrigo de Paul, his younger son Simeone, Carrasco, Darwin Nunez. So it's Oblak in goals, Abeldi, Skriniar and Luis Felipe the back 3. Llorente, Musiala, Fofana, Saul and Van der Beek in the midfield 5. And a front 2 of João Felix and Gerard Moreno. That is a very, very attacking Atletico Madrid side. Very unlike the sort of teams we usually see from Diego Simeone. We've got a little bit more defensive with our fullback options. The ball is white, the pitch is white. Thank you for that, EA Sports. City versus Atletico Madrid. It is live from Spain. Aaron's with a sliding challenge, can't win the ball. Switch against by Atleti. Kieran Tierney across to Danny van der Beek. Gerard Moreno. Felix from a tight angle. Good save, Edison. Expected save and a good save by him. Phil Foden. Wide to Aarons. It's a foul on. Great cross to Jack Grealish. What a ball in from Max Aarons, who just keeps me thinking that I can be comfortable with Joao Cancelo leaving one day. 91 rated Joao Cancelo, but it doesn't matter because we've got Max Aarons coming through. And Max Aarons has been fantastic. What a cross this is into Grealish. Between the defender, Skriniar, the captain, and Donny van der Beek. And Jack Grealish gets up and scores a really important header here. An away goal as well. Right on the front of the forehead past Jan Black. And that is 1-0 Manchester City. And that's a big goal for Jack in the 15th minute. And a real good assist from Max Aarons, who had a little bit of a shaky start. Seems to have settled into it now, doesn't he, with that cross and that assist. Saul just runs away from Tierney. De Bruyne is the one trying to help out Felix. Diaz, big challenge from Diaz. It looked like he got the ball to me. It's a red card for the captain. That is a crusher. Whew. Does he get the ball? I'm not sure. He's off. We've got no centre-backs on the bench. Brilliant. Rodri's going to drop in there. Who do you take off in this situation? Grealish has scored, hasn't he? It's a hard one. I think we take off a striker. It's going to be Alexander Isak coming off. Raheem Sterling will stay on. I think Calvin Phillips comes on here. Do we bring Bellingham on? We'll bring Calvin Phillips on. Rodri drops into centre-back. Silly from the captain, who's going to miss maybe 2 games now with a straight red. Didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was a bad challenge. I thought he won the ball. Felix just started to burst away. That makes this game just so much more difficult now. Van der Beek with a hit from range and into the hands of goalkeeper Edison. Well, it's going to have to be a very defensive performance to come away with a clean sheet now. We struggle to keep a clean sheet with 11 men, let alone 10. That's a poor pass by Phillips as he gets on the field. Saul can't afford to let to get to Joao Felix. Gerard Moreno. Danny van der Beek. Back to Moreno. Good save from Edison. Well, it's going to have to be a good defensive performance. Simeone there, showing he's frustrated straight away. Managed to get a red card for our man. They want to win this game now, don't they? They feel like they should get, a lot more out of this game now. That's a nasty tackle on De Bruyne. And another one from Joao Felix. Referee, this could be a red card for Felix. No, it's the yellow card. Well, if we can get him sent off in return, I feel a little bit more okay with the fact being on 10 men. If we can even the numbers up. Foden. Here's Joao Felix. Oh, Pau Torres gets nutmegged, and it's 1-1. Gerard Moreno with a goal. Ex-Villarreal man. I feel like Pau should do a lot better here. I've come across expecting to deal with that. Through the legs of Pau Torres it goes, and Moreno scores, and Atleti level up. Just frustrated with the red card, really. Stealing with a shocking pass here. Grealish. Oh, it's gone up and over everyone. I think it's gone behind for a corner. Not too bad, though. Can we get Pau Torres' head on this? Torres with a header into the hands of Jan Black by Llorente. And that is half-time. 1-1 all level. We're on 10 men, and that is something to be worried about. And it does mean we need Jimenez coming back, don't we, for that second leg. Otherwise, it means Lacroix at the back, and I really don't want that. And I think people who maybe thought, why did we sign Jimenez? That is why, because when Diaz is not there, there's no one else at the moment. Towards Phil Foden. It's a poor one from Rodri. Usually better than that in the pass. Look at the running behind here. Great running from Musiala. Across to Joao Felix. What a save, Edison. Well, Joao Felix has to score there. Save with a boot of the Brazilian. Keeps us in this tie here at 1-1. Aarons. Foden. Into Max Aarons. He's got Llorente with him, but Aarons is away. And Aarons with a good cross into Raheem. Stealing past Jan Black. Black, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, read that. In behind here. Oh, I got no one with Gerard Moreno. Moreno! What a hit. That's poor goalkeeping from Edison. Really poor goalkeeping from Ederson. 2-1. Made a great save against Felix, and then he goes and does this. Moreno played through, poor defence, but I mean, he puts that in the top corner. Fair play to him, but should we do a little bit better there? Should Ederson do a little bit better? I always feel like Ederson should do better most of the time. Just too aggressive in defending there at times. Felix. In behind is Felix. Rodri with a foot in. Rodrigo to Paul. Great save, Ederson. Well, he might have been poor for the goal, but I tell you what, he saved us a few times today. Taking on 2 or 3 players. Foden. De Bruyne. Sterling. De Bruyne. Back to Raheem Sterling, who makes it 2-2. Another away goal for Manchester City. Brilliant play by De Bruyne and Sterling, our 2 most experienced players in the squad. And they combine together as a goal. Good play from Foden initially. Little 1-2 between Sterling and De Bruyne. Back to Sterling once again, and he doesn't miss his chance like that, does he, Raheem Sterling? Hits across it. The injured Grealish comes off. England international for another England international. Jude Bellingham, the number 8, comes on. 2-2. Calvin Phillips dives in. Felix with a little back heel. Cleverly done. Van der Beek. Felix. That's Pau Torres. Chance of Gerard Moreno for the hat-trick. Good save by the resilient Ederson. Into Phil Foden. Back into Bellingham. Brilliant. Bellingham. De Bruyne. Wide to Kieran Tierney. Tierney. Raheem. Sterling from range. Blocked in the box and cleared away, and that will be the last kick of the game, will it? Or will they get a counter? They won't get a counter. Full-time 2-2. 2 away goals away in Madrid. They're taking to the second leg. The red card to Diaz does mean he will miss the next fixture, which is a big shame. It's a big miss. But Torres steps up in Diaz's absence, which was good to see. So up next, it's a game against Chelsea in the Premier League. Chelsea in 3rd position and 14 points behind us. Liverpool in 2nd position, and they are 13 points behind us. We are top of the Premier League table and running away with it. And we said that if we got wins against Spurs and Chelsea, we would see ourselves as Premier League winners. We got a 4-2 win against Spurs, a 2-2 draw away from home against Atletico, yes. But a win against Chelsea here today, I think, would make us Premier League winners. Do we play Liverpool again before the end of the season? That is a good question. Do we play Liverpool again? I don't think we do. Manchester United there. No, United the last game of the season, which is an interesting one. But no, we've played against Liverpool. They cannot, try and get back into it by beating us. It is all pretty much on this game. This would make us Premier League winners in my eyes. It really would, because we won all the games against the big sides, really. I know Leicester, we've still got to play. United still got to play. Look at that, Newcastle up in 6th. Clearly, they're doing pretty well after the takeover. But I see ourselves as Premier League champions already in this season. So this is the side we're going to go with against Chelsea today. Ederson starts in goal. It's Cancelo, captain Diaz, Torres and Esbran in that back four. Rodri, Grealish, Foden and Cole Palmer in the midfield for Raheem Sterling partners. Alexander Isak up top on the bench. Dusan Vlahovic, Gabriel Jesus, Kevin De Bruyne, Calvin Phillips, Kieran Tierney, Jimenez and of course Bazunu, Lacroix, Aarons, Howard Bellis, Kaiki, McAtee and Bellingham all miss out on the first team today. So live from the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City versus Chelsea. 1st versus 3rd. The chance for us to really knock out Chelsea in this title race. They're not in it anyway, but a win here for us today would knock them out, would put us right at the top of the table. So many points to clear ahead of Chelsea. Then possibly so many points ahead of Liverpool if they drop points. I just can't see us dropping the league from this position, really. We shouldn't drop the league from this position. It would be a, absolutely massive slip-up if we do. So pressure on this game to go ahead and get those 3 points to really project us back-to-back Premier League champions. This is the Chelsea side that faces today. Galini starts in goal. It's a back 5 up. Meccano, Romero, Azpilicueta, James and Chilwell. Kai Havertz and Kante in the midfield 2. And then Ziyech, Werner and Christian Pulisic, the front 3 on the bench. Edouard Mendy, Baku, Lukaku in there as well. Conor Gallagher back from his loan. Matty Cash, I'm surprised he's not starting at right back position. The 2 right backs starting at centre back, the 2 centre backs out on the the full back positions. Something wrong with FIFA this year with career mode, but it's been going on a long while now. Manchester City versus Chelsea, and it's live from the Etihad Stadium. This is a big one. And Timo Werner there straight away, sliding with the studs in on Rodri. Foden, Palmer, lifts into Cancelo, back into Phil Foden on the right boot. I was looking for Palmer on the return, couldn't find him. Pulisic away for Chelsea. Werner, Chelsea. Really good at this counter-attacking football. That's where they excel, Thomas Tuchel's side. Away from Palmer. Timo Werner. Skips past Diaz as well. Pulisic. Can see that run from Kai Havertz. It's a wonderful run. It's a wonderful save from Ederson. A block there from Esbran and Foden behind for a corner to Chelsea. Ederson makes a really good save, but Pau Torres shouldn't quite be beaten so easily with the ball in behind him, really. Is he edge for the cross in here? Palmer involved. Header into the hands of Ederson. Throws this ball down. Looks long to Sterling. What a ball by Ederson. Sterling up against Cesar Spilicueta. See you later, Cesar. Sterling. Back into Phil Foden with the right boot. And Phil Foden gets his goal. I was messing around with the D-pad by mistake there with me right hand or left finger. Whatever it was. Didn't stop me from being distracted from Phil Foden. Putting one in the far right-hand corner. Points to the name and number on the back of his shirt. The number 47, Phil Foden. Sterling pulls it back into him. And it's a really good finish. A really good finish from Phil Pascalini. Goal number 10. Hits double figures for the season. Does Phil Foden. Raheem Sterling with the assist. Great goal from us. And 1-0 we lead Chelsea here at the Etihad Stadium. Hezbrand. Sterling. Hezbrand again. Hezbrand the cross in. Still got it here. Josh Wilson. Hezbrand to Cole Palmer who air shots it. Should be 2-0 there, Cole. Isaac on Chilwell. Good work from Isak. Giving away to Reece James. Back to his keeper Golini. Pressure from Palmer. Oh, they're playing dangerously here, Chelsea. Good football though. Really good football in the end. Hezbrand's gone bombing forward to try and press. Oh, handball from Cole Palmer. Well, bit of a harsh one. I didn't even see it hit his hand there. The referee says it does. Bowling for Chelsea. Header and a good save from Ederson. Timo Werner possibly could have levelled it there. The ex-Leicester City man. He has into Pau Torres. Torres over the top here to Phil Foden. What a pass. Foden! Oh, off the crossbar. And Chelsea clear. Pau Torres across. Chilwell. Cole Palmer's in there. Cross comes into towards the near post. Kai Havertz with a touch. Back out to Pulisic here. Havertz. N'Golo Kante. Timo Werner, good save. Ederson's had a class game here today. An absolute class game. And with the news of Gavin Bazunu moving to Arsenal next season with a possible option to buy, Ederson has really stepped up here today. Maybe he doesn't want competition, Ederson. He likes to be loved and likes to be the number one with no competition. He might have that now. Palmer nods it away. Reece James. Pau Torres. Long by the number 5, and that is half-time. City 1, Chelsea 0. Very good performance from us, but Chelsea have created a lot of chances. Ederson has saved us 3 or 4 times. Palmer into Rodri. Sterling. Grealish has made a run there. What a run from Jack Grealish, who takes a heavy touch into space. Grealish got Reece James coming across, but Jack Grealish hits that one with power, hits that with bend, hits that perfectly into the top corner. 2-0 City at the start of this second half. Grealish, our club record signing at 100 million, scores an absolute rocket of a finish there. Ball through by Sterling, 2 assists for him today. Good touch by Grealish here. James is getting across, but Grealish has got that quality. It's an incredible finish from Jack. He puts us 2-0 up. He puts us real clear of Chelsea in the league. Chelsea have got to step up now and get something from this game. They've got to get a goal pretty quick, haven't they? Rodri will beat Lukaku in the air. Grealish again. Foden. Grealish. Vlahovic. Onto the left foot by Dusan Vlahovic and a block by Cristiano Romero. Gives us a corner. Some sign, hasn't he, really? Sterling. De Bruyne. Through to Phil Foden. Vlahovic attacking the front post. Dusan Vlahovic with a volley. Into the hands of Golini. Clattered into by Upamecano. Looked like a foul to me. Referee says no. And a long ball by Chelsea. Which Ederson comes out to. He took an age to get to that. Pulisic with a chance. A goal for Chelsea. What is Ederson doing there? Chelsea pull one back in this. We're a game where we've been calm, collected, no problems at all. Ederson takes an absolute age to get out to the end of that one. After such a good game from the Brazilian. He makes a silly mistake like that. Pulisic's got 13 goals this season. 2-1 last 5 minutes. Could be exciting here at the Etihad. Now ball to Pulisic. We're in trouble again here. And Lukaku is in. And Romelu Lukaku with a hit. Good save from Ederson. Chelsea could have rescued a point there. Got to stay concentrated on this corner, this set piece, however. Pulisic goes short. Turns Cancelo. No, he doesn't. Cancelo underneath it with his left boot and away. Jesus nods it on. Spilicueta takes it down with the edge of his boot. That is full time. A 2-1 win for Manchester City. I think guarantees the Premier League title, even at this early stage in the season. we look to be Premier League winners. Gallardo has destroyed the Premier League this season. He absolutely has destroyed the Premier League. What a win. A 2-1 win against Chelsea. Well, guys, we now find ourselves 15 points clear at the top of the Premier League table of Liverpool. 17 points clear of Chelsea. Newcastle in 4th, Villa in 5th, Manchester United in 6th. The Premier League, I think, is ours. And I think we can take our foot off the gas and just relax a little bit. We face 18th place West Ham, and after that, we face Southampton at home. Both games we're going to quick simulate and then get into that game to end the episode against Atletico Madrid, where we need to go far in the Champions League. The Champions League, if we can retain the Champions League 2 years in a row, I mean, that makes us just an absolute powerhouse of a team, being European champions 2 years in a row. We will be Premier League champions 3 years in a row after this season. It doesn't look like anyone's going to get near us. So let's first simulate this game against West Ham United. So a simulation against West Ham United results in a 2-0 win against West Ham United. Clean sheet and 2 goals from Raheem Sterling and from Dusan Vlahovic. The only negative, a red card for Calvin Phillips in the 8th minute, but still he went on to win the game, even with 10 men. Well, guys, we've increased our lead at the top. I can't believe it, to 17 points. Liverpool must have lost. Chelsea have drawn. They're on 53 and 52 points. We are on 70 points after 27 games. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Up next, 13th place Southampton. Again, we will simulate with the second team this time. Again, Bazunu, Tierney, Aarons, because we want the first team ready for this game against Atletico Madrid. And another win at the Etihad Stadium. This time a 4-1 win and another red card. Dusan Vlahovic misses a penalty in the 23rd minute. Then Bellingham and Jesus get goals in the 28th and 41st. Into the second half, we see Kevin De Bruyne score after he comes on for James McAteer. Afamir gets a consolation. Gabriel Jesus with another goal. And then a bit of poor discipline or whatever from Raheem Sterling results in a red card in the 87th minute. So 10 men again we finish with, but a 4-1 win in the Premier League. So final game of today's episode, and it is round of 16 action in the Champions League, second leg. We are 2-2 currently with Atleti. Away goals, of course, 2 in our favour. We can't really be conceding goals at home today. We need to keep a clean sheet, and then we will go through. I think we can win this game easily, especially with the side we've got. Well, full strength team here against Atleti today, but only one change. Suspended Ruben Dias got a red card, comes out for Jimenez against his old side. So Ederson starts in goal. It's Cancelo, Jimenez, Torres and Esbrand in that back four. Rodri, Grealish, captain De Bruyne and Foden in the midfield four. And Sterling partners Alexander Isak up top on the bench. Dusan Vlahovic, Gabriel Jesus, Bellingham, Phillips, Tierney, Aarons and Bazunu. No Lacroix, no Palmer, no McAtee, Kaiki or even Gutierrez today, who is 80 rated now the midfielder and looks to be one who will be playing for Manchester City come next season. So here we are, Champions League action, Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid. Simeone versus Marcelo Gallardo, two Argentine senior managers going up against each other. This is going to be a cracker of a European tie. Defence versus attack. Let's see which side comes out on top. So this is the Atletico Madrid side. Very, very good side, really, isn't it? And one that will struggle in today. They've got Christian Gomez, Luis Suarez, Musiala, Darwin Nunez on the bench as well. So Oblak, Luis Felipe, Skriniar, Zubeldia, that back three. Fofana, Carrasco and Saul in the midfield three. Van der Beek and Llorente on the wings. Joao Felix and Moreno. Gerard Moreno are partnered up top. This is a real big fixture, isn't it? And going to be a real good game. A cracker like the first one, a 2-2 draw. So Manchester City versus Atletico Madrid, and it is live. This time from the Etihad Stadium. Cancelo again. Foden. Sterling. De Bruyne. Good touch. He stood off Kevin De Bruyne here. Jan Oblak. Good save from the Slovenian. Turned by Van der Beek. Into Carrasco. Good touch. Gets him into a bit of space here. Jimenez steps out. Behind! Oh, Ederson with a good save. Behind the defence there. And we got away with it. Foden. De Bruyne. Isak. It's another poor pass from us. We've got to be more conservative in the pass, like we said. Chance of Gerard Moreno. Pau Torres is turned. Strike, which is saved by Ederson. Van der Beek again. Fofana. Van der Beek. Esbrand slides in. Van der Beek, good chance. Esbrand off Carrasco. Goal kick and we hang on here. Well, this is not a good start to the game, really. Atleti had quite a few chances so far. Isak. Onto Phil Foden, he can't do. Rodri might get there, he doesn't. Llorente. A couple of step overs here. Torres with a late challenge. Saul dives in. Donny van der Beek. And Donny van der Beek gives Atleti the lead. They've been the better side here in this Champions League tie. We can't be going out of the Champions League. We're walking away with the Premier League. And We're feeling confident in that, but we can't be going out in the Champions League. Pau Torres with a late challenge, crunching challenge on Moreno. And Donny van der Beek with a hit. And Donny van der Beek with a goal. And that puts us in a pretty poor situation here. So that's not a worry for us, really. Got Sterling running in here. Could find him with what a ball from Cancelo. Oh my word, what a save from Jan Oblak. What a ball from Joao Cancelo, by the way. Sterling to Grealish. Grealish. Into Isak with a touch. Left foot of Alexander Isak. Great defending from Milan Skriniar, the captain. Cristiano's telling Aarons what he could be doing if he comes on. I can't see Max Aarons coming on, really. Jimenez is in there. Header. Beaten to it by Jan Oblak. Half-time, Manchester City 0. Atletico Madrid 1. This would see us out of the Champions League if we don't get a goal here. And we've struggled today. Donny van der Beek, ex-Manchester United player, with what could be the winner. A goal. Sterling. Here's Jack Grealish, who's not quite got the pace. Grealish and Milan Skriniar with him all the way, but Grealish is still going here. And Grealish back to Isak and played away. Sterling down to De Bruyne. Esbrand. Looks back to Esbrand, then he goes back to Rodri. They're working this Athletic defence really well. De Bruyne, Sterling, Grealish. Cross to Rodri. Good save by Oblak. Can he get back up though? And he can get back up and claim it. Good football, well worked to Rodri on the edge of the box. Felix out to Moreno. Counter Atleti once more. Oh, Pau Torres, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful there, sliding in like that. Carrasco, space for Gerard Moreno. 2-0 Atletico Madrid. We're in big trouble here. We're in big, big trouble. 4-2 to Atleti in aggregate. We've bottled the FA Cup. We've bottled the Champions League, it could be. I can't believe this. 2-0 down. We can't afford to concede another one, I said. Curse the commentator. Into De Bruyne. Need a bit of magic from KDB. We need a bit of magic from Kevin De Bruyne. Wide of the post by the captain. Donny van der Beek. Class game for him, the Dutchman. He's off. Musiala's on. Brilliant. Another absolute class player in Musiala. Into Phil Foden. It's a brilliant ball. Here's Phil Foden. Into Isak, pulls it back. Raheem Sterling with a strike. Raheem Sterling with a goal. 2-1. Well, we knew this was going to be a big game. We knew it was going to be a good game. This is a massive game. 2-1 back in it. Good play from Phil Foden. Gets into Isak, who scoops it back to Raheem Sterling. This is a brilliant finish as well from Sterling. Suggesting maybe Jesus for Alexander Isak. Possibly Jesus for Isak. That seems like a good substitution. I'm not quite sure just yet. 2-1. Into Phil Foden. Foden. Across to Isak. And oh, Oblak. Good defending from Atleti. Key moments like that. You've got to get the right pass, Phil. Musiala. Jimenez. Strong. Great defending from Uruguay. Referee says free kick and pulls it back and wastes a bit of time by taking so long to do that. Not happy with the European referee for that. Oh, Llorente! What a goal! What a goal from Llorente. Well, Jimenez is playing against us here. Playing for his former side. Cross comes in. He should do better. He should do a lot better. And Marcus Llorente gets that goal. We're going to have to make changes. Gabriel Jesus is going to come on for Alexander Isak. I think Vlahovic as well, actually. We're going to take Jack Grealish off. Vlahovic and Jesus for Isak and Grealish. We've got to score 3 goals now. We've got to score 3 goals now. Well, we've definitely got the quality to do it. Jimenez had a shocker. And he's been there to step up in the mistake that Diaz won't be there. I mean, that red card for Ruben Diaz has cost us possibly, but we spent big money on Jimenez to step up in the big games. Sterling. Into Vlahovic. Here's the big man. Vlahovic not strong enough against Luis Felipe. We're not going to get 3 goals, are we? And we're not going to get this extra time. Yannick Carrasco with a chance. What a performance from them. That is it. That is it. The stands are empty. Atleti are going through, and the champions of Europe are knocked out in the round of 16 stage. Well, would you say this is a disappointing season? No FA Cup. What a finish from Carrasco. No Champions League either. Yes, we've run away with the Premier League. We've still got time to go in the Premier League to bottle that, of course. But I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. De Bruyne into Foden. Been too open at the back. Jesus. Dusan Vlahovic. Referee blows the full-time whistle. Well, that is absolutely crushing. Round of 16. We are the European champions. We're looking to go back-to-back in the Champions League. And Diego Simeone masterclass destroys us and Gashado's men. And knocks out the Champions League in the round of 16 stage. I don't know what to say about that. That is probably the worst moment of our season by far. How could we do that? I don't know. What a performance from Atleti though. They were fantastic. Thank you for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. How do you take that? How do you take that defeat? How do you feel about that? Let us know in the comments down below. I feel deflated. We'll see you guys next time.